Do you check for that internally before release?
Of course, yeah. So we have this preparedness framework that outlines how we do that.
I mean, you've had some departures from your safety team. How many people have departed? Why have they left?
We have, I don't know the exact number, but there are clearly different views about AI safety systems. I would really point to our track record. There are people who will say all sorts of things. You know, something like 10% of the world uses our systems now, a lot. And we are very proud of the safety track record.
But track record isn't the issue in a way, because
no,
we're talking about an exponentially growing power that where we fear that we may wake up one day and the world is ending. So it's really not about track record. It's about plausibly saying that the pieces are in place to shut things down quickly if we see a danger.
Yeah. No, of course that's important. You don't like wake up one day and say, hey, we didn't have any safety process in place. Now we think the model is really smart. So now we have to care about safety. You have to care about it all along this exponential curve. Of course, the stakes increase and there are big challenges, but the way we learn how to build safe systems is this iterative process of deploying them to the world, getting feedback while the stakes are relatively low, learning about like, hey, this is something we have to address. And I think as we move into these agentic systems, there's a whole big category of new things we have to learn to address.
So let's talk about it. Agentic systems and the relationship between that and AGI. I think there's confusion out there. I'm confused. So artificial general intelligence, it feels like ChatGPT is already a general intelligence. I can ask it about anything and it comes back with an intelligent answer. Why isn't that AGI?
It doesn't. First of all, you can't ask it anything. That's very nice of you to say, but there's a lot of things that it's still embarrassingly bad at. But even if we fix those, which hopefully we will, it doesn't continuously learn and improve. It can't go get better at something that it's currently weak at. It can't go discover new science and update its understanding and do that. And it also kind of can't, even if we lower the bar, it can't just sort of do any knowledge work you could do in front of a computer. I actually, even without the sort of ability to get better at something it doesn't know yet, I might accept that as a definition of AGI. But the current systems, you can't say like, hey, go do this task for my job, and it goes off and clicks around the internet and calls someone and looks at your files and does it. And without that, it feels definitely short of it.
I mean, do you guys have internally a clear definition of what AGI is? And when do you think that we may be there?
It's one of these, it's like the joke, if you got 10 OpenAI researchers in a room and asked to define AGI, you'd get 14 definitions.
That's worrying though, isn't it? Because that has been the mission initially. We're going to be the first to get to AGI, we'll do so safely, but we don't have a clear definition of what it is.
I was going to finish the answer.